spotlight over the city.
You ready to rock, rock, y'all? To the beat, y'all. Keep going, man, you don't stop.
I put the spotlight on your city. I put the spotlight on your city.
Welcome to Spotlight Over the City, and I'm here with the one and only, the big homie of all big homies, Mr. James Prince himself. What's going on, big homie?
Yeah. What's up, DC?
I put the spotlight on your city.
The moral voice of the movie. I'm playing a old school cat that's in a wheelchair.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Spotlight Over the City. I am your host, Stan Long, along with the lovely Terry T-Bomb Long. Give it up, give it up, give it up, give it up, give it up. Man, we got a great show for you guys today. This is going to be an amazing show, actually. But before we get going, man, shout out to Urban Style Media. You already know who we rocking with. Hung Jewelry Entertainment as well, man. That's the fam that we rocking with.
Yes.
So shout out to everybody at the sound of my voice on those networks. And we are in the building. What's going on,
We are
T-Bomb?
in the building. Hey, honey bunny.
What about the DMV? Shout out the whole DMV.
Shout out
Sea
the
Pleasant,
whole
Landover,
DMV.
Palmer Park, Upper Marlboro, Largo. Who else we leaving
Don't
out?
forget about Kentland.
Kentland. Kentland. Everybody. The
That's
whole
right.
DC, Uptown, Northwest. You already know they're in the
Yeah,
building.
we got our Tri-City area up there with Hall Mills
South
Network.
Side. We got the South Side. We got the famous South Side in the building.
Yeah.
Big Jeff in the building. If
Yeah.
y'all need some music, man, make sure y'all hit up Jammin' Jeff. Because he is in the building. He's the best
Yes.
DJ in the city.
Yes, he is.
And shout out ATL as well. We rocking with you guys. We love Atlanta, and you know that we are locked in Atlanta.
Yes.
Charlotte, North Carolina, they rocking with us. Fayetteville, but Hall Mills Network. We forgot y'all last week. Please charge it to my head, not my heart. Hall Mills Network put us on Roku TV, y'all. So if you have
Yes.
a Roku TV, if you don't have the app, get the app because you can check us out. All of our
Streaming
shows are
live on
there,
Roku
streaming live
TV.
on Roku TV.
Tuvu.
And where else we?
I said
we
Roku.
somewhere-
Look, I said Roku Tuvu.
We on that too. Roku Tuvu. That's us. Yeah, check that out too, y'all. We rocking.
That's
so thanks
right.
everybody at the sound of my voice for rocking with Spotlight Over the City. How y'all like our new studio, man?
Yes,
We really-
I am still just like.
Give it up one time for Urban Style Media.
Yeah.
Yeah, also Hung Jewelry. Man, when I tell you they doing their thing over here, we had to be here. This is home, and we are loving it.
Yes.
So we have a great show. We're going to pick it up today because I don't want to talk too
We
much.
got a great show, but before we get into the show, I have to shout out my girl Jeannie Jones on the West Coast. because
Yes.
she is always clutch. Let
Shout
me
out
tell you.
Jeannie Jones, man. She rocking with us rocking.
Yes, she
So
is. And
she
she'll
is
be,
a
she'll
correspondent
be
in
in
LA.
October. She'll be in town in October, so
Yes.
we got some things planned. So hey, girl. Meow.
What's up, miss? So she's
Yeah.
tuned in, rocking with us. So what we got over there? We got some.
We got a weekend
Spotlight
recap.
news?
You know, I broke my not broke. I
Oh, yeah.
tore some stuff in my ankle, so I wasn't able to get out this weekend and do any spotlight work. But my hubby
I
went
took
out and
care of that for
represented,
you.
and he was at the Summer Breeze, the Tricky Entertainment Summer Breeze over at Nat Stadium. And from the pictures and the trailer that I seen, I missed the party, y'all.
You missed the part. Well, you
What
know,
I miss?
shout out Tricky Inc. first of all.
What did I
Shout out
miss?
Ray Nas. Shout out Black, Teddy Pendergrass. Shout out Kirk. Well, you know, we call him AKA Teddy Pendergrass. shout out that whole Tricky Inc. family, though, man. St. John, everybody over there. It's a beautiful situation. We had a great time.
Yeah,
Hey,
man,
wifey, I
I
had a lot of
missed it.
fun when you wasn't there.
Oh, excuse me. What?
I mean, not in a bad way, but they just kind of give me a different love energy. They act like they scared of you. So when you're around, I be like, oh, hey, stand from a distance. But they came up and actually talked to me because you wasn't there. So I was
Oh,
like,
yeah?
you need to, yeah.
I need to stay home more often.
I mean, I ain't saying that, but I'm
Yeah,
just saying.
okay.
But anyway, I
Y'all
represented
want
for
to
you.
see some stuff from there?
Yeah, let's go
I
to the
got-
clip.
I got
You got a clip?
Yes.
You showed them my work? I did this myself, too,
He
y'all. by
did a good
myself.
job, y'all. Spotlight Over the City represented well.
We'll be right back. Spotlight.
Yeah, that was nice.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Spotlight Over the City, man. We are covering this beautiful event. We are at NASCAR. You already know the Tricky Inc. affair. The whole city is out here, man. And we are happy to be a part of this event. I just finished interviewing the one and only Guy Lambert. All these beautiful people are walking around. I can't wait to see the end of this thing and let you know how it went. But welcome to this wonderful event. And we'll see you guys in a little bit on the red carpet. Spotlight Over the City.
part of something that's great, man. You know, something in the city, man.
Y'all already see what we doing, man. It's a Tricky Ink affair. Red carpet right in the back of me. You already know NASCAR. The whole city is out here, man. Estelle is getting ready to perform. We are having a wonderful time. Please, if you didn't get out here, you missed a hell of an event. We'll catch you next time right here on the red carpet with Spotlight over the city. Welcome back to Spotlight over the city, you guys, and I am back, and the one and only Terry T-Bomb Long is getting ready to set it all with some of this Spotlight news.
Guess whose birthday today is, though?
Who?
2 Chainz. He's 41 today.
Man, shout out 2 Chainz. I really like 2 Chainz.
Yeah,
so I
happy
like
birthday to 2
Shout out 2
Chainz.
Chainz, man. You
And
incredible
I'm going to
music.
sneak this in real quick. Happy birthday to Erica. Tomorrow is her birthday. Hey, Boomy, happy birthday. I promise that I'll
Happy
shout
birthday,
her out.
Boomy.
Yes,
You know that's my boo.
We've got some great news coming up, but before we get into the news, I just wanted to let you all know that today is a special show. We are going to be going into some sensitive topics, and we've got a wonderful lady out on the West Coast hanging out, waiting to be dialed in via Skype. Her name is Vanessa McCullers. She's the executive director of MOBB United, and that stands for Moms of Black Boys. And Vanessa, we cannot wait to talk to you. We are going to talk about some very interesting things. We've got Big G in the building tonight as well, you all. So hang out with us after the news. We've got some really good things to talk about with you all.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to this show. This is the type of shows that I get into.
Yeah.
Because just coming from my background, I dealt with a lot of police situations, and I just want to get into it and talk about it because a lot of young men are dealing with it today.
I agree.
We're going to get into it.
Spotlight News. Spotlight News is sponsored by who?
You already know. Umbrella Therapeutic Services. Shout out, Wes. What's going on, Wes?
Big Wes Jones, CEO of Umbrella Therapeutic Services, is DC's most reliable and trusted behavioral health organization. Umbrella provides support and behavioral health medication management, therapy for individuals and groups. They take Medicare. They take private insurance. If you're 5 years old, up to 100, and you're a DC resident, please contact Umbrella Therapeutic Services for any types of mental health services at 1-888-793-4357. Request Umbrella Therapeutic Services and tell them Spotlight over the city sent you.
And make sure you guys don't take that lightly because a lot of times we think that people are just, we don't contribute situations to mental health. And there's a lot of issues going on right now that's mental health issues that we don't really realize. There's mental health issues. So if you feel away, suicidal especially, me and wifey encountered situations not long ago where different people were feeling away and they reached out. And so you have to know it's real. Yeah. And sometimes people in trouble and don't know how to say they're in trouble. So you have to kind of check for them and do a little mental check. And it's okay to go get what we call a mental tune-up. Just make sure you know that.
Most definitely.
Nothing wrong with having a mental tune-up.
And it's still, they're still counting deaths over there in the Bahamas. So we send out our condolences, our prayers to those.
Definitely.
The death toll has gotten up to like 50 people, and they expect that number to rise. We've got several celebrities who have been trying to help out. They've been sending money over there, resources. Rihanna, Tyler Perry, Ludacris, even Michael Jordan. He sent some money over. He donated a huge chunk of money. I don't know where he been, but I know he just did that. So kudos to all of you who are trying to extend your hands and your hearts and your time and efforts to help the people over there in Bahamas because they are really going through it right now.
Michael Jordan sent some money?
He did. Don't try to.
How much he sent?
I'm
still working on Michael Jordan. Call me, Mike. We need to talk because I'm still tripping off you putting that money with them prisons.
I know.
Yeah, I'm feeling away about it.
We're going to move on from that.
Oh, don't get into it.
Kevin Hart, update. Now,
tell me something good about the homie.
This is allegedly, he wants to keep the severity of his injuries on the low because he's got a lot of commitments out there, with projects. So, but according to my sources, his injuries are severe, and he's going to have to go through lot of therapy. He's got to go through intensive medical treatment, in-home therapy, and he broke several bones in his back. You're
like Superman a little bit. I was wondering how you got out that car and got to that truck and then got home with 3
Yeah.
You know, your back is severed. That's
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, he was really in shape, so
Good
you know
shape,
that
yeah.
that helped out a lot. But he is really not in good shape right now. So prayers going
So,
out
yes,
to you all
prayers,
too. And
prayers,
meanwhile,
prayers.
allegedly his wife is pissed and saying things like, you know, Kevin does just not know when to stop. He don't know. He steps on the gas with everything, and so she's kind of like pissed off.
Well, you can't be mad when you live in your life. Like, you don't be mad when nothing doesn't happen. You kind of,
I don't know if you on the gas like that.
I'm gonna be on the gas, baby. Just know, as rich as I plan to be, I'm gonna be on the gas. I'm gonna parasail. I'm gonna bungee jump. I'm gonna jump out a plane.
I'm
or
so
something.
glad I
I'ma
got that
just
life
be
insurance.
wild. You know what I'm talking about?
Let me tell you
Just
something.
wild. I'ma live.
The life insurance policy that I got on you, I didn't tell you the right amount.
You trying to kill me, Terry? I know you trying to kill me, Terry. My mother told me. My mother said, "Watch your back."
Just letting you know. You go ahead
Yeah,
and
I know about it, Terry.
go ahead and be reckless if you want.
I know about it, Terry. You think I don't know about the little hidden policies? Yeah, I know about it, Terry.
I just told you.
My mother told me.
Oh, she did?
Yeah. She had to get the policy through my mother, y'all. So my mother done told you gotta watch her. You gotta watch her. Because one time the food tasted funny. And I was just like,
Okay, see now you going too far.
okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Okay. So now this news topic is related to what we're going to be talking about today. So that's why I threw it in there. The city of Sacramento has agreed to pay $2.4 million to the two sons of Stephon Clark. And he's the young man who was fatally shot by Sacramento police in his grandma's backyard back in March of 2018. You remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah, so this was one of the most controversial police shootings in Sacramento history.
Mm-hmm.
And it sparked off, remember, all those protests all over the place, right? So
What happened, though, after the protest?
Oh, well,
Did the police, what happened?
let me
Where's the
finish
police
telling the story, babe. So I'm going to tell y'all what happened, right? They were chasing Stephon the night of March 18th, and they received some reports of somebody going through the neighborhood breaking in the car windows. And so then they saw him, and he ignored the police, and he went on into his grandma's backyard. And I guess maybe he was reaching for something, and they say, you know, allegedly that he had a gun.
They always think we got guns.
But that turned out to be his cell phone, right? And they shot him several times. Like it was 20 shots fired. And 8 of those shots hit him in his back.
That's what I want to address. Because if you come in my house and I shoot you on your back, I'll instantly go to jail. Even if it's my house. Because you're not a threat. Because you face it this way.
Yeah.
So when you're a police officers, and,
Baby, we're going to get into that. We're going to get into
yeah.
that part in the middle of the show.
Okay, so this is what I want to know, though.
Okay, what you want to know?
Y'all get training, right? Y'all go to the range. Because I've been at the range with you. So when you, okay, right here, yeah, we can need to talk. So when you go to the training, they train you how and where to shoot, how fast, whatever, all different situations, right? So then what happened to the arm and the legs and I'm confused as to why you got to put 5 or 10 shots in my chest, my back, and when I put my hands up and say don't shoot and back up, we got to talk.
So we're going to talk about that. But
Yeah,
anyway, so the family sued for $20 million, but they settled on $2.4 million. And both of the officers involved in the shooting, they still are active police.
That's what I thought.
Yes.
That's the problem. They're in the money. See, that's the thing. See, you can't. Okay, so when we accept that money, you got to have something tied to that money. See, first of all of their asses has to be fired instantly. But then you got to go to prison, though. I'm going to need you to go to prison. See, because the reason I need you to go to prison, officers, I got to put my glasses down for this. I want you to go to jail. And the reason I want you to go to jail is because you went to training and swore to do a service to the community. We used to call you officer friendly. I mean, I'm from the project, so we never believed it. But we called you that when you came to our school, this and that. But now we call you officer put it in me.
Oh.
It's a little different time now. And so I'm trying to find out how can we respect you if you approach us in a way that's already threatening to us and you coming in our community to do it. I want to know how come we have to have reasoning and rationale to approach you back. So if you come to my vehicle in my neighborhood and pull me over, for instance, and you say, cut your car off and put your hands out the window. And I say, what's the problem, officer? How come you can't address what the problem is? Maybe if you come with a more subtle approach, like, how you doing, sir? Can you cut your car off for me? And make me not feel so of a way, then maybe I wouldn't make you in return feel such a way.
Yeah.
And so
I understand, baby.
I really feel a way about this though, Terry. And the reason why I
you do.
feel a way though is because I'm 51 years old and I've been dealing with police officers. Not all police officers are bad. I
Yeah,
get
let's
it.
make sure we say that.
Well,
They're
whatever.
Not all
That's
bad.
we get that.
Yeah.
But it's a lot of dead young men in the street at the hands of police officers.
Yeah.
And so we pay them to shoot us because this is a paid service situation. They don't get paid from strange people. They get paid from your tax money. So I'm just saying we need to really get some solutions and not just get mad. I don't want to boycott and walk around picketing and all of that. That's dead.
Okay.
It's time to make a change. So let's get to that.
Let's get to it. Spotlight Sports.
I forgot we had
Well, see,
other subjects.
It's
Yeah.
gonna be. It'll be.
I don't like it.
I know
don't
you
like
don't. Spotlight Sports. Your boy Antonio Brown. He done had drama for the last
Brown the clown.
all summer pretty
You a
much.
cold-blooded clown.
So now okay, let me give y'all the update. He demanded to be traded from the Steelers, so he was like, I could get me out of here. And then he got signed by the Raiders, right?
Right.
He hated that, and I guess it was mutual.
The
They
helmet-
hated him.
the helmet
They hated his
wasn't right.
ass too. Yeah. That whole helmet stuff. So he got cut from the Raiders, and immediately the Patriots picked him up. But now he's got someone, one of these Me Too people, and coming out of the closet now and saying that he's
They gonna blackball you.
Yeah, a civil lawsuit against him, claiming that he sexually assaulted this girl, Brittany Taylor, who was a former college roommate, or not a roommate, a former college friend, who later became one of his personal trainers, right?
Right.
And she's saying that he assaulted her twice during training sessions in 2017 by exposing himself and kissing her.
Two times.
Two times
So when he
without
exposed
permission.
himself the first time, she came back.
Well, wait, okay. He in 2017.
I mean, I'm just curious.
He exposed himself and he kissed her without her permission. Then she said, while they were streaming a religious program together on a tablet.
So he whipped it out twice and then she got religious. Oh, okay, this is cool.
So he started like pleasuring himself, and on her back. You know, I'm trying to keep it. You know, did all of that on her back, right? And so
this after the first.
this was after the first two times.
She came back again.
But then that's not it. That's not the only thing. The next year she didn't report any of this to anybody.
Right.
So in 2018, she forgave him because he allegedly told
They
her.
found the Lord together. Are y'all
I
listening to this
can't.
buffoonery? Okay, good.
So long story short, in 2018, they were back in cahoots again, and her training. She's his trainer again.
So she forgave everything that was on her back?
He forced her onto the bed, pushed her face into the mattress, and forcibly raped her, allegedly.
Again.
And then she still never went to the police, right? And he's saying everything is false. They had a consensual relationship. And the attorney is saying that's right, and we're gonna play this one out because she's lying. What you think?
I think some more people gonna show up.
You think she's lying, or you think?
I think she's lying, but I think she's getting paid to lie, and I think some other people gonna show up because they get ready to start a smear campaign. See, you can't play with certain people that have certain amounts of money because they'll try to show you not to upstage them. You get what I'm saying?
I see.
So, you think you got a couple of mil, it's short money to billionaires. You expendable. And so they going to TO you. That's what they're going to do to you. Because you talk too much and you're an idiot.
My boy T.O.
You a cold-blooded clown. It's so many young men out here that would love to be in your shoes, that would show up for practice when it ain't no practice. You know why? Because they come from poverty and they just want a shot.
Yeah.
You got a shot. You an idiot.
Yeah, so that's what's going on with him. We'll keep y'all updated on that story.
I said that too. I stand on that.
Yeah. Spotlight Shining Star this week is
get some good news going.
Yeah, get some good news.
They got me on the
going.
edge up in here. Let me get my glasses.
You got your towel?
Yeah, I'm good though.
Spotlight Shining Star this week is an unknown person, right?
It is. Actually, Spotlight Shining Star is my favorite segment. One of them. And the reason why is because we put the shining star or the spotlight on people who do some amazing things in the community, outside of the community, big, small, whatever the case is. So we love it. And so this week, it's actually an unknown person. I'm going to find them.
Well, their name.
We don't know their name.
We don't know their name.
But it's about the act. It's
Right.
about the service, right? So Spotlight Shining Star is an unknown person in Florida, a young man. He spent $50,000 in Costco's last week and purchased 450 generators, thousands of dollars worth of food, and shipped it over to the Bahamas.
Yep. An emergency medical
And he did it
supplies.
anonymously,
Supplies.
right?
Yep.
He didn't want to be known. And so I wanted the act to be known because I'm hoping that other people follow suit and help these men and women and children out because it's a real desolate situation, right?
Yeah.
And so it's going to take more than this, but this is a heck of a start from somebody who may not be famous, may be famous, we don't know. but this just the fact that they took their time to do it. So shout out to you, sir,
Yes.
for being today's Spotlight Shining Star.
What black fact you got today, honey?
Black facts. My second favorite
Tell
thing.
us something good.
Well, the reason I like to do this black fact situation is because as black people, we need to know that we're great, and we need to know that we didn't never stop being great, and we need to know some of our greatness.
I
And so,
agree.
Black facts is just one of the things that I like to do to talk about someone great. So Lewis Howard Latimer is one of the greatest inventors of all times. A lot of people would say, who is he? Well, you've heard of Alexander Graham Bell, right? You've heard of also, what's the other guy that did Thomas Edison? You've heard of these two, for sure. But what you may not have known is that this young man, let me just give you his whole background. He's an inventor and also a draftsman. A draftsman is the person who kind of draws up what they call them, the patents for your invention. So in those days, black people didn't have a lot of money, and we didn't have the wit. So a lot of others would go and grab our invention, and they would patent it, right? So Thomas Edison and also this other Graham fella, they did invent this situation, but Lewis Latimer was the person who put that whole situation into play as far as the stroking of the patents and the making the mechanics work. So he technically invented them and went on to invent whole hundreds and hundreds of other inventions. So Lewis Latimer is our black fact for today.
Yay,
Make sure you Google that, young
Lewis.
man, and know that we can still do those great things for our community just like we did before.
Woo!
Black
That
facts.
concludes our Spotlight News. And coming up after this quick commercial break, we're going to get our
We're
friend
gonna get
out there.
into it.
Yeah, we're going to get our friend out there, Vanessa. She's hanging out waiting for us to dial her in. And we're going to have Big G.
We're going to bring Big G up as well.
Yes, we are, right after a quick commercial break.
Spotlight.
I'm DePelch Magruder, founder of MOBB United, a resource and a voice for moms of black sons. Moms of Black Boys United provides information and support for moms of black sons and promotes positive images of black boys and men. Our vision and goal is to be the most comprehensive resource for moms of black sons. MOBB United for Social Change is our advocacy arm. Its goal is to influence policy and perception that impacts how black boys and men are treated and perceived by law enforcement and in society. You may have joined us after connecting with us on social media, and you may not have even known that this was more than a Facebook group. If so, you may be surprised to learn about all that MOBB United. Get involved and join us on the front line.
In 1990, Washington, D.C. saw more than 470 homicides, earning it the label murder capital of the U.S.
When y'all pull over to the side, go in here and rush. When y'all see me, y'all rush in about 30 seconds. Give me 30 seconds. Rush the door. He ain't gonna know what hit him. What's up with you, man?
I tell you about this meeting. I don't know. I'm trying to see. I went to the diamonds the other day, man. I don't know, man. It's been a little funny.
Yeah,
I can't really say,
Uh-huh.
but I got a feeling that these dudes were feeling that meeting.
Oh. Wait for to get in there. Give us the signal. Run up in the joint. Snatch the nigga up, the bread.
time you leave? Stay long.
This is my birthday. And all this shit, man. I mean, what?
Hang it up. When you're in here, it doesn't ring. As soon as you leave, ring, ring, ring. Nobody.
Right when them damn females, you know how to do. It's my 28th birthday.
Let's get it in.
Close, man. Man.
We are closed.
Sit down.
Just let me up,
Hey,
man.
Joe. Get this nigga this money, man. Else he gonna kill you.
I don't got no. I'm gonna take you to some money. Just let me up.
Alright, get your ass up there. Come on.
Get me up. Just get me up. I'm gonna take you to some money, man. It's tripping. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Spotlight Over the City, and we are back with a +1, but it's not just the regular +1. We got the big homie Big G in the building. Give it up one time for Big G, man. This young man got a lot going on, has done a lot, and so before I introduce him, I want to do that big build-up like how Steve Harvey do. What he say? You've seen this man on the wire. You've seen this man on stage plenty of times on the set with BYB turning up. Yes. You've seen him bouncing. You've made him do the thing. And now he's on Spotlight Over the City.
Yes,
Tell him what's going on, Big G.
Beautiful time, man.
Glad to be here. Glad to have you. We're so happy to have you, man. The whole city is out. They've been waiting to see you come on, and so we glad to have you. We're gonna get into it real quick because we know that we all as black men have experienced at one point in time some situations with the law.
Yeah.
And some of them not so favorable. So what we're talking about today is not nothing personal. It's just a situation that all of us have faced. Right. So me growing up, I personally have faced a lot of adversities with the law. Just growing up in the projects, they would always assume that we were kind of doing bad or doing wrong. Right. So they would pull up on us and do whatever. So now it's escalating because we wasn't getting killed. We wasn't getting shot by the police officers. We were getting harassed.
It's getting crazy.
So now it's getting a little deeper. So we gotta pull it on in. And so off break, we was talking about what we need to do. So we don't want to just talk about what's happening. We want to talk about some solutions.
And we're gonna get into that. We're gonna pull Vanessa up. You wanna tell everybody what's going on with you, Big G, before we get into all that, and then we're gonna pull Vanessa on the screen.
Right. What I recently was incarcerated for a few weeks. I'm going through that right now. Really can't speak on it as much. But I put a situation called Hugs Not Slugs together. And I feel that a lot of the young brothers growing up how we grew up need hugs. You know what I mean? Because a lot of them come out of them little buildings with just the mom upstairs or the grandmother, and they don't never get a hug. All they know is, hey, here go that pistol, here go a little work. You looking at the videos, you want to get right to it. You know what I mean? Everybody want to be fresh, want to be fly, but there's consequences at the end of that rope that we go through. So, you know what I mean? I came up with that. Also with the G Saki brand. It's a sock because all homeless people, that's the less things that homeless people have is socks. Wow. You can give them all the food you want, but they need socks to keep their feet. I love it. You know what I mean? So it's like they get hypothermia out there. Yep. So many, like especially in Washington, D.C. with the cold times, they get out there and they don't have socks. So that was another thing that we doing. And also we finally got the Backyard for Life brand branded because we were kids when it started. Management wasn't popping right. And we never owned the name, so we finally own the name. Wow. You know what I mean? And that's just a big hurdle to jump over. And it's just a lot of things that we doing right now. We working on music. I'm on a show right now, currently on HBO. I call myself the HBO kid coming from the hood because this is my third show on HBO. I'm not one of those big boys yet, but I'm here. You know what I mean?
Well,
And who would ever thought that I'll be there,
We
right?
consider you a
but
big
who would
boy,
ever
G.
thought that I'll be there? You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it's Tremaine, and I play Leon. Monday, we debuted season 4, the last season, and I play Leon, and we striving and pushing. It's just a lot. It's a
What's
lot
the
of
name
you
of
know,
that show?
The Deuce.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's on
Yeah.
I play the cook,
Yeah.
your favorite cook, your favorite chef. You know what I mean?
That's
Back in
what's
the
up,
day.
man.
So, you know.
So we
it's
like how you
it's a bunch
stretch.
of other stuff that I'm working on as well.
Yeah, we like how you stretching. Like, we've seen you do a lot of different things. They don't know, well, for those who don't know, this young man also has his own tennis shoe.
Yeah, I partnered with DTLR and Patrick Ewing, and we had 2 successful Ewing shoes, but the Ewing brand wasn't really doing as well in the district, and they gave me that opportunity to design, and we designed the first metallic tennis shoe with the red bottom and with the DC 51 flag on it, and we sold out. And then we did the Georgetown, Welcome to G-Town, and we did well with that as well.
Love it.
Big things.
Big things
So I
popping.
just wanted to, before we get into the topic, I just wanted to make sure people understood that you just not with Backyard Band. You just
No,
wasn't on the wire.
that's my heart and my love. I think if it wasn't for my band, I say it all the time, I wouldn't be where I am today.
Yeah.
Because my popularity in the city really got me structured to be this person, and I was always in love with being on television, but we don't have any outlets in the city for that. So
we do
you know,
now.
we need to stretch out. You know.
Yeah, so you took advantage of the situation, and so you mentioned the HBO kid.
Yeah.
You were kind of like a kid starting out in the acting.
Yeah.
How did that come about, though? Like, coming from DC, we don't have a lot of those opportunities.
In Harriet Tubman Elementary, then we had Lincoln Junior High. It's like the male ensemble. We did putting on the wrist, dancing, singing. We did stage plays, all of that. And like going in like Cadoza, singing in the choir, playing in the marching band, playing on French horn, mellophone. A lot of people didn't know that I did all that stuff. Wow. But it was like right in your in the kitchen, your big brother telling you, okay, you got that 38 over there. You gotta make sure you save for, do what you gotta do. So it started there, and you know, I was working on with KYS and
I remember that.
What was it? I think Pro Scout came through. And went to Pro Scout, and everything happened from there.
I remember that. That. So many things going on. Well, listen, we do have another guest with us, and she's been patiently hanging out, and I appreciate you so much, Vanessa. We have Vanessa McCullers, who is the executive director for the MOBB United, and that stands for Moms of Black Boys. And can we get Vanessa on the screen, guys?
Yes.
There we are.
Let's give her a welcome. Let's give her a warm welcome to Spotlight Over the City. Thank you for being a part of the fam.
Thank you so much. Can you hear us okay?
Yes, I can.
You look amazing out there.
Thank you. So do you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for taking the time out to join us here on Spotlight Over the City today. MOBB United, you've got to get our viewers and listeners hip to how it came about. I read a lot about it, so I've got the scoop, but I want you to go ahead and tell your story and tell about how this organization came to be, where things stand now, and then we'll get into talking about some really serious things.
Of course. Well, thank you, first of all, for having me join you guys. I really appreciate the invite. MOBB United doesn't really have, I don't think, a lot of opportunities to speak to our core audience. So this is a wonderful opportunity. Thank you. We started 3 years ago, July 6th of 2016. Our founder, the person who founded the Facebook page, Depelsha Magruder, she woke up after having seen both Alton Sterling and Philando Castile killed, via social media. And her concern was, how do I find a way to share the way I'm feeling with other moms, like-minded moms? And she started a Facebook page. She had no idea that the Facebook page was going to grow as exponentially and quickly as it did. It went from about 15,000 in the first hour all the way to 21,000 by the evening. And we are now at over 200, just about 200,000 moms across our social media community, which is Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube. Yeah, it's one of those things that just really took off. And the purpose of the Facebook page was for us to be able to share our thoughts and feelings, our concerns, our joys, our celebrations, and also our heartbreak over seeing how our Black boys are treated, by society and by law enforcement.
Yeah.
And out of that, we kind of realized that we couldn't just sit there and talk about it. We actually had to create some sort of an action plan. And so we created 2 nonprofits that have gone on to be successful in both providing resources for moms, and that's Moms of Black Boys United, and then actually taking action in the political realm and fighting for policy and laws that would help to protect our sons, or at least hold police officers accountable when they harass them or kill them. And that's MOBB United for Social Change. And that's how the organization was founded.
Wow, wow, wow. The more and more I read about it and I watched some of your clips on your YouTube channel, I was just, I had tears welling up in my eyes. Not tears of sadness, but just tears of joy to know that, I'm a mom of a Black boy. And so many of us out here. And so the things that you all are doing in your initiatives for women like myself and others is just amazing. And like I say, it brought tears to my eyes because, again, when I think of my son, he's 12. And, he's going to be growing up in this society, and he's going to have to deal with possibly being, stopped by law enforcement at some point in his life. And I need him to know how to handle himself and what to do in those situations. And your organization is putting out efforts to help our moms of Black boys understand what we need to be teaching them. So I appreciate you and your colleagues for what you're doing. I appreciate it so much. And this is coming from a mom, and that is so real. I'm about to tear up now. And so I just want to thank you all for doing that, really, seriously. Because us moms out here of Black boys, we start feeling like, what are we going to do when our sons are facing that, I'm so thank you.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, y'all.
That's okay.
I get it. I mean, that's the premise for where we started. Just listen, when my son, who's now 22, he was 19 at the time, and he watched Alton Sterling get killed on TV, on social media. And the kid who he is a child actor, always vivacious. His life changed, and he stopped going out, and he stopped having people over. And I was really worried and concerned, like, what's happened to my son? And what happened was basically that he had seen so much and had been subjected to so much through social media and what happens to our Black boys and our Black men. He didn't feel safe going outside, and that's what he told me. Yeah. And that's made me decide that I had to do something. I couldn't just be a mom that was standing on the sideline. I had to be a mom that was on the front lines.
Yeah, and I respect that.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So, we provide resources to mom, and we also fight for our sons, because we know that even after we've provided them with everything, there are chances that they're going to have those encounters, just like you spoke about. And we want to make sure that they're prepared for those encounters. And even when we have prepared them and something happens, we need to be able to fight for our boys. And just like you spoke about with Stephon Clark here in Sacramento, people have to rise up, and there needs to be action that's taken.
Yep.
I was just going to say, exactly collectively, right. You all, what do we have to do? Like, what are the main things that we have to do to make this better?
I think I think that we have to come together more as a community. We have to get back to being a family-based community. See, we used to be community where we policed our own. We didn't need police to come in. They didn't have a chance to harass our children because we did that. We disciplined our children. We made sure that other parents could discipline our children. They could get another person's child and say, no, no, no. And so it was a village. Right now it's not a village because other parents say, don't touch my kid. Don't talk to my kid. Don't say this to my kid. They don't want nobody to do anything. And one thing I want to say before we get into it too far is that we also have to be upset about the fact that we kill each other, just like the police are killing us. Yeah. So we can't make excuses for us pulling our pistols on each other. We shouldn't have to feel so threatened in our own community that we have to have a hammer every single day, because that puts us in a bad position. Yeah. So we should be in a position that's not necessary, because we love them more on each other. And like Big G said, we need to hug on each other and love on each other. My city don't have speak if they don't know you. Like you'll walk past another black man and act like he's your enemy before you can say, what's up, bruh? If you say, what's up, bruh, they act like it's a beef. What you mean, what's up? So we got to get to a point where we police ourselves, and then the police are absolutely unnecessary at that point.
Totally agree. I think a lot of times as well, we need awareness because a lot of our young brothers and sisters don't really know the law. And a lot of people in our neighborhoods really don't teach them the law and what you are capable of knowing and capable of doing. Because if you know the law, you can let them know, look, this is not this. And I watch a lot of television. I watch CNN.
Right.
And I watch these channels. Not only are our black men under attack, our black women, the way these officers throw our women down, put handcuffs on them. I watch a Caucasian lady in a chase in California. She ran over all these stop signs, ran over people, ran like 4 or 5 people over. When they caught her in a quarter sack, they lightly put her in handcuffs. And I watched a young sister at a pool party, and I think it maybe was Kentucky somewhere, and they beat her and stepped all on her and everything.
I saw it.
And it's just sad on how they treat our black women and our black boys. And I'm not prejudiced from one bone in my body because we grew up around all nationalities. So it's the way we're being treated, and it's just like it's repeated from back when we were our ancestors. So we just have to know, we have to be aware, we have to have the awareness, and we have to know the laws, and we have to know what we're going into. And a lot of the young brothers that grow up are brought up with no father.
Yep.
Yeah.
Just right there, and the project is already set up for us for failure. So we have to understand that. So our politicians that we elect and put in these offices, instead of just moving around making sure this groundbreaking museum and this is done, we need to go in the community and grab these young brothers. Just teach them. We have young black lawyers, congressmen. They can be whatever you want to be. We have to teach them and show them that they can be whatever they want. These young sisters can go to Broadway, be on Broadway, do whatever they want, but we have to teach them. Everybody go through tough times. You get rich people that have their kids that just end up on a corner or end up somewhere on drugs because they were given everything. But if you don't teach a kid and show them and help them out, they'll never know. But we have to have awareness in the community to teach them and show them the laws.
I agree. And when you were saying something about knowing the law, I wrote down some notes today. It says 4 things to remember when you are pulled over: remain calm, follow instructions, record the encounter, because now we can all record stuff, y'all, and know, black boys, that you are loved, right? You got to know that. You all of you, we love our black boys and our black men, and you got to know that you're loved, and that certain things you don't have to tolerate. And so I can go a little further and say, and you will probably agree with this because I've heard you tell me this when we have conversations. If you're pulled over by the police, you don't have to answer all those questions.
Any questions?
No, you don't have to answer any
those
questions.
Don't answer your questions. Just give them the papers. Be respectful. Don't volunteer any information. You don't have to answer those questions.
And so, to piggyback off what you're saying, I think one of the biggest problems is we starting to get into a community situation to where we're telling our children, we're teaching them fear. Like we saying, when they pull you over, don't do this, don't do that. Da-da-da. So now, if this is a police officer, a service of the community, why are we having to be on alert and teach our children fear when the police need some training? See, the police officers are the people who need to be talked to and retrained to not have fear. See, when you're in a hood and you're a person who's not from that community, then you're not familiar with that community. So now you on a defense at work. We not at work. We live in this community. So when you come in our community, we not feeling like you. You the one at work. So why do we have to be on guard when you're supposed to be doing your job? So if you're doing your job, officer, all we asking you to do is come in and respectfully do your job. Respect the community. How y'all doing? Talk to some of these young men when you see them out on the corner. Let me play a scenario out. 2 seconds. When you pull up to that corner and you see a young man on the corner, he's slanging, whatever he doing, you assuming. Why not approach him and just say this one thing to him? What's going on, young man? You know you can be something great if you really wanted to, and it ain't out on his corner. and walk off.
Yep.
I guarantee you that you're telling him something that maybe his mom hasn't told him. His dad might be in a penitentiary and haven't had a chance to sow nothing into him. And because you was an officer, a respected servant of a community, and you dropped some jewels, you ain't had to billy club him, you ain't had to pull out no hammer on him, you ain't had to beat him down, you just sowed a seed. That's a public servant. What happened to Officer Friendly?
Listen,
think about that.
We got to keep rolling. Vanessa, I wanted to ask something of you because I saw you all have some merchandise. I saw this pouch that I think would really, really, really be beneficial for moms of black boys, black men to have. Can you tell me a little bit more about this pouch and what the meaning behind it? I think I have a picture of it as well so our viewers can see it. But I want you to tell us about it and the significance of it and how people can get it.
Sure. So we call the pouch the Protect Them pouch because the idea behind it is that we do want to protect our black sons, our husbands, our brothers, ourselves. And so we wanted to make sure that there was a reminder there for what a police interaction, what you should do when you have an encounter with police. We partnered with the National Organization of Black Law Enforcement executives, and they've shared with us a couple of things that they keep in mind. They definitely say, like, the demeanor when they step to the car, the way the person approaches them can sometime determine whether or not they approach you in a civil manner or if there's a little bit of tension right off the spot. We know that we've got to change perception because some of them already come to the door with a thought that something's going to go down if they see a certain kind of black person or just a person of color, period. The pouch itself, we wanted, to your point about sharing these tips, we wanted to remind everyone to just pay attention when an officer is coming to your vehicle. Remember to stay respectful. Remember to report the encounter, and also remember that you're loved. Because here's the thing: what happens in the first interaction, right, is going to determine what takes place. And if you go into that in a calm demeanor, knowing that you're loved, chances are that there's a better outcome. We provide these pouches to moms or anyone who decides to support the organization. You can support two ways. You can either support by donating to the organization at mobbunited.org, or you can support by becoming a member. You can become an active member and participate in other parts of the organization, or you can just be a part of your local community as a member of Mob United. We actually have chapters across the United States right now, about maybe 15 different chapters in different cities. So that's how you get the pouch. You get it by either becoming a member or by donating to the organization. We're just looking to, make sure that we help people understand how important it is to change the perception, to demonstrate our power, to make sure that we are providing education and engagement and strategic partnerships. Just to the brother's point about us being united, we have to connect with other like-minded organizations so that we're moving on one accord, because that's how we can actually really make change happen. And then for us moms, it's really important that we participate in self-care, because there's just so much that we go through, and we carry the burden of not just our sons, but our loved ones on our shoulders. And we have to make sure that we are giving ourselves the right amount of attention so we can serve our families.
Most definitely. I appreciate that so much. We got to start wrapping it up because we do have, we got some spoken word coming up, but I wanted to make sure that we got that information out there because I know people are going to start asking after they watch the show, how can they support the organization? How can they get that pouch for one of their sons or one of their black husbands or whatever? So I appreciate you so, so much. And I'm hoping that anything Spotlight Over the City can do from our end, our platform, we will definitely let you use our platform for the benefit of your organization. And thank you so much again, Vanessa. It's so nice meeting you too. I'll meet you in person one day.
We'll definitely have to connect. Thank you so much.
Yes, we will.
Thank
Okay.
you. Definitely thank you for coming on, being part of Spotlight.
Okay. So we're going to do a quick commercial break, and then we're going to get some Soncier. Did I say that right, Soncier?
Soncier. Yes, he's going to drop some spoken word on us, and it's going to be real relevant to the show.
Yeah, we're going to have a quick commercial break. Yeah.
All right, we're going to show my book trailer. We'll be right back. Spotlight Over the City.
In 1990, Washington, D.C. saw more than 470 homicides, earning it the label murder capital of the U.S.
Hey, look, when y'all pull over to the side, I'm gonna go in here and rush this dude. When y'all see me rushing, y'all rush in about 36. Give me about 30 seconds and rush the door. He ain't gonna know what hit him.
What's up with you, man? How you feel? Good, man. What's going on with you, man?
Man, I gotta tell you about this meeting, my nigga.
Oh, yeah, how'd that go?
I don't know yet. I'm trying to see. I went and talked to the Diamonds the other day, man. I don't know, man. It's been a little funny.
Yeah,
I can't really say, but I got a funny feeling that these dudes are feeling at me, son.
Sure. You already know what it is. Wait for Black to get in there, give us the signal, run up in the joint, snatch this nigga up, get this bread, spaz out.
So when you leave here, you gonna go get something to eat?
Yeah.
What's up, miss? It's about time. Somebody keep calling here, hang it up. Ever since you've been gone, somebody just keep calling, hang it up. What's going on?
All right.
All right, thank you.
See you later, man.
All right, take care.
I'm gonna let her out. They ain't saying nothing?
No, just keep hanging up. When you hear, all day long. Every time you leave, all day long.
Man, fuck this. I'm going to Atlantic City. This is my birthday. I ain't shooting all this shit, man. What? They ain't say nothing?
Nothing at all. Just keep calling, hang it up. When you're in here, it doesn't ring. As soon as you leave, ring. Nobody's saying nothing.
Probably one of them damn females. You know how they do. Get this shit in. It's my 28th birthday.
Let's get it in. I'm ready
closed,
to go.
man. Oh, man.
Excuse me, sir. We are closed.
Get down.
Get down.
Fuck that shit.
Ain't got no shit.
Get up. Where that shit at? Get up. Hey, man. Get there. You know you fucking with. I don't give a fuck.
Just let me up. Hey, Joe. Get this nigga this money, man. Else he gonna kill you.
I don't got no. I'm gonna take you to some money. Just let me up.
All right, get your ass up there. Come on.
Get me up,
Let's
man.
go.
Just get me up. I'm gonna take you to some money, man. All right, it's tripping.
Welcome back to Spotlight Over the City, and guess what? We have the one and only Soncier in the building, and he's going to drop some spoken word on us today. So without further ado, we have the one and only Soncier in the building. Give it up.
Yo, so many of our black brothers and sisters are being murdered, not only by ourselves, but by poverty and police. And it's a psychological warfare out here, so we gotta control our emotions. Yo, we living in a new age, but ain't much change. Don't it seem strange that the same issues exist in the climate? 200,000 years later, it'd be the same nonsense. Capitalistic mind tricks. Don't mind me, I'm just vibing, vibrant, not silent, certainly not stupid. We still get persecuted for not following the rubric. Inequality means gay and feminists administrate hate against those who help procreate. And to this day, we still don't have a nice thing to really say. Some black people abandon roots, think it's safer to do. But if our lives really mattered, then why would it take for us to say it before you had a clue? Man, you can't buy street smarts. It's something to learn. It's more way to move. You gotta stay firm. Street smarts.
Yes. All right. You want to go ahead
One more time, Soncier in the building.
Yeah, quickly just tell people how they can follow you and stuff. Just let them know.
Yeah. Just Google Soncier, man. Soncier. You can find me everywhere on all digital platforms. I'm doing all kind of content. Acting, tech, real estate, it don't matter, man. Just Google me.
Let's do it.
I know that's right.
Give it up. And also give it up for my main man, DJ Skills in the building one time. DJ Skills, the world's famous DJ Skills in the building.
DJ Skills
Everybody else in the audience, we thank you guys for being a part of Spotlight Over the City, man. We love y'all. Big Jeff, Southside. You need a DJ, you already know, man. Everybody, Soncier, we love you, man. Thanks for coming, being part of Spotlight Over the City.
We got some amazing engineers.
We got some amazing engineers. Mighty Mouse.
Yes.
Justin.
Yes.
What's
and
my boo?
Ashlyn.
Ashlyn.
Yes.
You guys do an amazing job every single week, making us look amazing. We thank you guys for being a part of Spotlight Over the City as well. And what else we got?
Anything else going on? What's going on this weekend?
Well,
Anything?
we want you guys to make sure you tune into our YouTube channel. We're trying to get our thing up, so
That's
make
right,
sure
y'all.
you
And
subscribe
share
to
the
our
show.
YouTube.
If y'all are watching
Spotlight
on
Over the
Facebook,
City.
share
Go
the
right
show.
now, Spotlight Over the City YouTube. We got all our shows on there, a bunch of things that we cover, all kind of things on our page. Also, Spotlight Over the City for the old folks on Facebook. We still over there too, y'all. And we also on IG, Spotlight Over the City for the youngsters.
Where
We
y'all
over there
playing at
rocking
the night,
hard.
G? You got something
where
going
you at,
on
G?
tonight?
We off tonight, man.
Oh, they
What?
off tonight.
And make sure y'all support Backyard too, man. Backyard Band, Big G in the building.
Yeah.
Deuces. Make sure y'all check it out.
That's
This guy's
right.
working. He's the hardest working man in the city, man. We
That's
love
right.
you, Big G. You rock
Yes.
for the city. Always have stood for the city. Everybody that at the sound of my voice, if you haven't heard Backyard, make sure y'all get out there. It's not just for the youngins, but when I say be ready, because you can't have no old knees out there. You got to be ready to bounce a little bit. And so we got to get out of here. Special thanks to Umbrella, our sponsor, Umbrella
Yes.
Therapeutic Services, Hall Mills Network in Jersey. We love you guys. Roku TV, Jeannie Jones, the whole family. Before we get out of here, you know how we end it. Love hard, live good, God first. Spotlight Over the City.
Woo!
We rocking. Love y'all.
Yes, great show. Great show.